Hey y'all, it's Ali from Little Hill Homestead. So I finished off a container of our homemade vanilla. This is just an old bourbon bottle that we had made vanilla in. And there's a couple things you can do with leftover vanilla beans when you have used them up like this. One option is to throw whatever you have left into a jar and kind of keep them moist. And then when you have enough, you can make like a special batch of vanilla. Um, it's not going to be as strong and you can use whatever alcohol you want to use it with, but that's one option. The other option is to make vanilla sugar, which in a lot of countries is kind of common.
Sorry, I'd help you, but I got this dog.
Yeah, we have helpers today. So in a lot of countries, you can get vanilla sugar, and they use it all different ways. In the United States, it's not as readily available, and so we make our own. It's awesome on oatmeal. You can put it in teas and coffees and stuff like that. You can use it as like on snickerdoodles or cookies that have like a sugar coating on them. You can use it and it adds that pop of vanilla. It's awesome, but it's just not easy to find. So I'm going to show you how to make it with leftover vanilla beans that we have already used for a batch of vanilla. So I cut the top off of my jar very carefully. Obviously, this glass, you can't do that. But you can see there's like vanilla beans all stuck here and then our whole beans. What I'm going to do is the whole beans, I'm going to chop up and try to take the beans out of them. And then any beans that are like stuck on the edges, I'm just going to try to scrape out as best I can. So any of these beans, just kind of, my hands are clean, don't worry. Plus you're not eating it, I am, but there's a little bit of bourbon in the bottom of this. That's not going to affect us too much, but I'm just going to try to get all these little beans that are stuck to the sides. They kind of feel like coffee grounds, to be honest. All right, I got all those out. Now I have just our beans, which if you haven't seen our video, we slice them before we put them in the vanilla so that they infuse into the vanilla, into the alcohol of choice.
We use it like mostly for cooking purposes.
We do.
And so
yeah, we use our vanilla for cooking purposes.
Kind of cooks off.
Yeah, the alcohol cooks off, but in this case, this is straight up like bourbon. So on these, let me show you up close if you can see. They still have the beans inside of them. You can kind of see it if it focuses. By the way, we finally got a new camera and we got a new microphone. So let us know if it's any better. If it's not, there's not much we can do at this point. So you're going to take your knife and you're going to, where it's now split in two, you're going to scrape the beans out. You can use the front or back of the knife to do this. I use the back of the knife and you just scrape it along it and then the beans come out. So we're going to do that for every vanilla bean that you do. If they're fresh, you could do this with fresh non-pre-used beans and you're going to get more potent. But for every if you're using fresh vanilla beans that have not been used in vanilla extract before, you're going to do 1 bean to 1 cup of sugar. Because these have already been used and they're not quite as pungent, we're going to do, no, what am I talking about? Instead of, I did that backwards. If you're using fresh beans, it's 1 cup, my God, you guys, 1 cup of sugar per half a bean. 2 cups of sugar. This is just disastrous. If you're using fresh, it's 2 cups of sugar and 1 bean. If you're using pre-used, like we are, it's 1 cup of sugar to 1 bean. So half the amount of sugar because it's not as potent. So all I'm doing is continuing to do this. That was just a moment there, you guys. Keeping it real over here. Right? Who doesn't have math issues? I do. I graduated from college, but just barely because of math. It's a good thing I'm not a math major. Oh, goodness.
Our son just graduated from college as well, and thankfully he did because his last hardest class was also math.
Yeah, my son, I don't know if you can hear my husband because I have the mic on.
Harder than our math, so.
My mic's on, so I don't know if you could hear my husband, but our son graduated from college last weekend, and he barely graduated as well because of math. That was his hardest subject as well. My husband's really great at math. Thank God, because he does our budget.
As long as we don't do soil science.
Right? Okay, so all of our beans, as you can see, they're stuck to the side of our thing now. And what I'm going to do is the beans that I have left, I'm just going to roughly chop them up. You want the bean flavor to kind of go into your vanilla, but you don't want big chunks of bean stuck in there because you kind of have to work around them. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. So we had 5 beans going in. Like I said, if you have 5 beans and you're using them fresh, which is not what we did, you use 10 cups of sugar. That seems excessive. I'm going to do 5 beans, 5 cups of sugar, which is still excessive, but it's fine. When we were out of town, we got a hold of some organic cane sugar, so I'm using that, but you can use all-purpose flour. You can't use all-purpose flour, you guys. You can use sugar. Oh my. 3. So we got our.
We keep a lot of sugar because our hummingbirds love it.
Our hummingbirds use about 25 pounds of sugar every summer.
Yeah, we spend a lot of money on our hummingbirds.
We spend a lot of money on our birds. So all you're going to do is get your beans that are now stuck to the side down into that sugar. You can do this in a food processor, a blender, or you can just do it by hand like we're going to do. And you're just going to stir the vanilla, beans, and pods. I'm trying to get those last little bits off by using the dryness of the sugar. This is very graceful, you guys.
Always.
Right? And you're just going to stir it around till your beans are incorporated and your pods are throughout your sugar. Okay, that's it, you guys. You have now made vanilla sugar. The only thing you have to do is be patient because it needs to sit in an airtight container. I'll throw mine like in a Ziploc, or if I have a big enough mason jar, I'll throw it in there. It needs to sit for a couple weeks. And then at the 2-week mark, I shake it. Mailman or somebody's coming up. Every couple weeks, I'm gonna put my knife in here so I can get the beans that are stuck on there off. Every couple weeks, I will get every couple weeks. Oh my God, where's my brain today? This is why I don't film late in the afternoon. I usually film in the morning because by now the train's left the station. I'm done for the day. Wow, 7 minutes for me to tell you this. I'm sorry, guys. So shake the jar every couple days to kind of move the vanilla around, or if you have it in a Ziploc, just kind of squeeze the bottom of the bag. And in 2 weeks, you'll have perfect vanilla sugar. Like I said, we use this in teas. It's great on if you're making cinnamon toast, like cinnamon sugar toast. This is awesome to use in there because it's just got a little bit of vanilla flavor. But like you can see, we just made 5 cups of this stuff. This will last us like a whole year. So we don't make it often, but this will last forever. It's great in cookies. It's great in recipes. Great in tea. We're gonna put. Well, we can't put on pancakes tonight because you got to let it sit for 2 weeks. My husband's yelling from the other room what he's gonna use it for. But yeah, snickerdoodles rolled in this, you guys, y'all. So good. Anyways, there you go. It's all mixed together. You can't see the beans anymore. They just kind of disappear, but the pods you can see in there. So I wish I could smell-o-vision it. But that is how you guys make vanilla sugar. Like I said, super easy. I'm going to give you the ratios one more time because my brain is going to commit. If you're using ones that have been used in vanilla before, it is 1 pod to 1 cup of sugar. If you're using fresh ones, which you can use grade A, B, Tahitian, Mediterranean, Madagascar, I don't even know what all kind of vanilla beans are out there. They do change the flavor significantly, slightly, but they're all going to give you the end result that's pretty darn close to one another. So use whatever beans you can find. We usually get them from Amazon. I'll link them below, the ones that we like to buy. Don't buy them at the local grocery store. They are astronomically priced if you get them locally. So try to find them online and you can get like 10 for $10 or something like that. Our grocery store is like $13 for 1 bean. So don't do that. But go make some vanilla sugar.
So we don't have vanilla sugar for our pancakes today?
No, we don't have vanilla sugar
we're having pancakes in 2 weeks.
We're having pancakes in 2 weeks. We're going to make some tea and pancakes with our vanilla sugar. Anyways, that's our vanilla sugar. I'll give you guys a recipe once it's complete, something that we use it in so I can show you the uses. But look it up. There's a million uses. It's delicious. It just has a little hint of vanilla for your favorite recipes. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm sorry this one turned into a long one, but let's be real. That's what happens around here at Little Homestead because, yeah, it just is what it is. If you're looking for my recipe to be complete in 30 seconds, just read the description below, and then you just don't have to watch the video at all. So if you don't like to hear me talk, just read below. It's fine.
Oh, I love you, Lance.
I'm just kidding.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. The clicker.